Greetings, 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 greetings. It is me, the one and only Chef Couture here. I'm trying to see if you guys can hear me. I am testing out my microphones, so I'm going to wait and see before I start going through this whole spiel. And you guys come on and you're like, Chef, we can't hear you. So let me just give it a few minutes. Let me see. Let me know when you come on if you can actually hear me. I'm trying my wireless microphones and I want to make sure that they are connected properly and that you guys can hear me. So I think this one is working because I see my microphone check going over here. I don't know if this is working. All right, so I've got my IG family over here. I've got my Facebook family over here. So if you are watching here, let me know if you can hear me. All right, we got hearts going. I'm ready to go. Super exciting. Welcome to this super tantalizing, terrific Tuesday. How are you doing this evening? I still feel like, I know you guys can hear me, but I feel like I'm just a little sideways there. All right, so what I am going to prepare for you this evening is something that I call my summertime fine salad. Typically, this is a meatless salad, and I'm going to zhuzh it up just a little bit this evening, and I'm going to add some shrimp to it, of which I forgot to grab out of the fridge. No worries. Got it right here. So this salad consists of heirloom tomatoes, and it consists of okra and pineapples. Now, the pineapple I have substituted in lieu of peaches. This traditionally has any type of stone fruit, so like your peach or your plum. But because that it's not that time of the year, they're not in season right now, I opted to go with pineapple just because I like pineapples. So we've got okra, corn. I love me some avocado. So I got some avocado here. I've got some cilantro, some dill, shallots, radish. So we are going to start. I wanted you guys to see the ingredients that we're going to start out with. So we're going to slide these over here to the back. And I'm going to bring my skillet over here. So I want to get char on the okra. We're going to use some grapeseed oil. I'm going to put this on like a medium to low heat. Add just a drizzle on there. And we're going to allow it to coat the entire skillet. Then I'm going to grab the okra. I'm going to keep it on this cutting board here. Just going to turn it sideways. So while the skillet is heating up, I'm going to take the okra and slice it in half so that it can get that char. If you are not a fan of okra, no big deal. You can either eliminate that particular item, you can just not put it in there, or you can use asparagus, You can use green beans. So, asparagus would be really good with this. Give it a nice little saute. Make sure that you keep it al dente so it's still got that crunch to it. And then you can add that. Some people don't like okra because it's slimy. It's slimy. I get it. I get it. But in lieu of okra, you can substitute asparagus. But then if you substitute asparagus, there's a whole nother thing that people end up not being able to tolerate. So we're going to place the okra face down in the skillet so we can get a nice char. Also, with the corn, you can add a char grilled corn if you want to take, since the summertime is right around the corner, if you want to grill up some corn and cut it off of the ear, you can add that. But I just went ahead and got some Mexican corn. Since it's Tuesday and Cinco de Mayo was just the other day, and some of you have probably overindulged on Sunday with the Cinco de Mayo. So we're going to, instead of going full blown with the Taco Tuesday and getting all the goodness going, we're going to keep it a little bit on the lighter side. And we're going to add some Mexican corn. And you can also pop in some black beans if you want to zhuzh it up a little bit more. So I'm going to get me a fork. And once those start to brown, getting that char on there, I'm going to flip it. We'll leave it on there just a little bit longer. And actually, when I turn it on the other side, I'm going to add the corn into it so it can get a little bit of heat. So while that's happening, and I'll share this with you, anytime you got something in the skillet and you try to move it and it's still a little hesitant to move, that just means it's not ready to turn or we're not ready to move over yet. So you just kind of leave it alone and let it be. So while that's happening, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit. Still hasn't gotten quite the char that I'm looking for. So I'm going to let this cook a little bit longer. And I have to get the star of this show, the heirloom tomato. How could I forget the heirloom tomato? For me, I would say that the heirloom tomato is the ultimate tomato. It kind of is in the category of, along with the beefsteak, it's definitely a meaty tomato. I've got two different kinds. I've got the really, really red, and then I've got what I call like a burgundy, maroonish color. Some call it purple. But there are, for those of you inquiring minds that want to know, there are like over 10,000 types of tomatoes. I'm a huge fan of tomatoes. I love me a good BLT. And for a BLT, I would go with probably a beefsteak tomato. When I'm doing my build your own sliders, I'll go ahead and get like a Roma tomato because they're smaller and they're just the right size to place on that slider. But because we're going with this salad, I'm going to stick with the heirloom tomato. I add that corn right there. Let it get some heat to it. And we're going to season it just a little bit. Where is... I got this blend that I made here. Put just a little bit in here. Now we're going to mix that in with that okra. Smells so good. We're going to take that off of the heat. Place it to the side so that it can cool. And then we're going to come over here and start working on the other ingredients. So I'm going to get my bowl that I'm going to place everything in. I'm going to start with the radish. I've got my mandolin. I want to thinly slice the radish. I'll cut the end off over here. Place those over here to the side. And as I cut them, I'm just going to go ahead and place them in the bowl. Like this. And let's see, let's go ahead and start with this scallion, not scallion. Put those in there. A little tough. Need to sharpen my mandolin there. All right. Put a little bit more of this in there. We're going to take our pineapples. So this was a whole pineapple that I cut and I sliced the skin off. I'm just going to make these into chunks. You can make them as large or small as you want. I want to like little tidbits so it's easier to chew. Just like this. And when I sliced into this pineapple yesterday, it was just the aroma. You can tell that it was nice and ripe and ready to eat. I think I want to do just this last one. Place it in there. Set these to the side. Radish. Get my. Also, the recipe traditionally calls for some parsley that you just put on at the end. I'm opting here again because it's Tuesday and we like to do Taco Tuesday. I'm opting to use cilantro because that's also what I marinated the shrimp in. So it is a cilantro lime shrimp. So I like the white part of the onion. So I'm putting both in here just to give it a little flavor. Place that to the side. I'm going to add the avocado last. So I'm going to take the stems off of the dill. I've got some mint. Take them off of the stem as well. And then we're going to add that cilantro to it. And we're just going to chop it up. So the neat thing about the heirloom tomato, one of the traits is it's not the process for the heirloom tomato is there. It's not a hybrid. Heirloom tomatoes were made for like homegrown type tomatoes versus being made for commercial. So we're going to chop this, chop, 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 chop. So you've got your cilantro, you've got your dill, you've got your mint. This is super, super yummy. Fresh herbs, summertime fine. Place them in there. I'm going to reserve some for the end so that we can sprinkle it on top. Got this beefy heirloom tomato. Look at how pretty that is. I love me a good tomato. Love, love, love me a good tomato. We're going to put it in nice chunks. Place this over here. We're going to cut that stem off. We're going to layer it into the bowl. Then we're going to place the really, really pretty red one over here as well. Cut that stem off. Now we're going to slide this out of the way. I'm going to use this butter because it's time to prepare the shrimp. So I'm going to place everything over here to the side. We're still going to go ahead and add, actually, let's let this cool a little while longer. Just going to take it out of the skillet so it continue to cool, and we're going to use the same skillet to cook the shrimp. That just looks pretty within itself. I could eat that just like that. All right. We'll move you over here. Bring our flame back. Get that heat going. What do I do with my oil? Yeah, I'm telling you, sometimes I'm like, girl, you just be losing stuff. Now, with the shrimp, I added the grapeseed oil, and I'm going to add a little bit of butter to it as well, just because I can. No, just joking. I want to achieve that crispiness on the outer layer of the shrimp. And y'all already know how I feel about shrimp and overcooking shrimp. If I wanted chewing gum, I would purchase chewing gum. If I purchase some shrimp, I want to make sure that I don't overcook it. So, you give it like I say maybe like 90 seconds per side. And just use your better judgment. When it is no longer translucent, it is okay to remove from the heat. Sometimes I'm watching these videos and I'm like, well, how long you gonna leave that shrimp in there? Because I'm thinking it's done by now. I went to one of the middle schools here in the Metro Atlanta area for their career day. They had asked me to come back. This was my fourth year attending, and the kids they're so funny too. When I'm standing there and I'm talking with them and I'm asking them questions, and they're when they see me cooking shrimp and then they see me taking out the skillet, that's not done. I'm like, yes, it is. No, it's not. I said, do you cook shrimp at home? Yeah, my mom leaves it in there for a long time. I'm like, okay, well, that's your house. This is my house. I can't tell him what to go home and tell his mama because I ain't trying to have nobody come after me. But I just kindly give a suggestion and say, hey, taste my shrimp. And if you like the way it tastes, just kind of go and say, hey, Mom, maybe we try not cooking it so long. I don't know. So now that the shrimp has been marinating, so I've got lime, I squeezed lime in here, and I chopped up some cilantro, and it's ready to go. I'm going to add it to the skillet. Yes, 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 yes. Put some right in the middle so it's on that direct heat. Set that to the side. Here again, we're just going to allow them to cook, I don't know, maybe like 90 seconds per side. And the length of time that you're going to cook will differ depending on how large your shrimp are. If you've got the small shrimp, you won't have to cook it as long as if you have the jumbo shrimp. But while that's cooking, we're going to go ahead and slice up the avocado because I love, love, love avocado. If you get a really ripe avocado, you can just slice it, just make little lines in it. And if you massage it enough, it will go ahead and disengage from the skin on its own. And you don't have to fight with it or try to scoop it out. I'm just going to set this to the side so that once I get the shrimp, on top of the salad, we can garnish it with the avocado. Again, you just slice it, massage it. It will disengage from that skin. You'll be able to pop it right out of there. Y'all, this shrimp smells so good. Smells so good. I marinated the shrimp, like I stated, with some lime, some cilantro, and I also used the Love My Everything Feisty. So it's got a little bit of smokiness, a little bit of heat to it as well. And I see some comments coming up. I'm going to finish doing the shrimp, and I will come and get up close and personal with you all so I can see the questions that you were asking. Let's go ahead and flip those over. I'm waiting for somebody to invent the smell-o-vision, because I think some of you all would be knocking on my door right about now. Let me see. While that's cooking, let me see. Somebody was asking a question. No, I think your sound is out. Oh, no. Somebody says my sound is out. Can you guys hear me over here? Yes, no. So I've got my Facebook over here. I've got my Instagram over here. Can you guys hear me? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Give me some love. Give me something. Let me know you guys can hear. I feel like I'm just talking to the audience. Can you hear? Can you hear? Mario I am said the sound is out. Oh no. Let me see. Hello? I think it's good over here. I just don't know if it's good on my Instagram side. Hello? Can you guys hear me? No? Yes? Okay, so thank you for the feedback over here on Facebook. Facebook can hear me. I don't know about Instagram. So they just gonna miss out. Ha! Because my shrimp is over here cooking. I'm going to take this off the heat. I'm gonna swap this out here. So inside this bowl, we have the pineapples, we have shallots, we have green onions, we have mint, we have dill, we have cilantro, we've got those beautiful heirloom tomatoes, we've got this corn and the okra. And as I mentioned, if you don't like okra, you can substitute asparagus. This looks so pretty. We're just gonna throw all of that in there. I'm gonna get this shrimp. Oh, I almost want to eat this just by itself. Add those two. Get that last little one there. And I made a homemade dressing. What did I do with it? I think I stuck it in the refrigerator again. But the dressing consists of olive oil. Well, you know what? It's not here. So we're just going to use some olive oil on here. We're just going to drizzle it with olive oil. But the salad dressing itself consists of olive oil, apple cider vinegar, honey, and salt. And it was absolutely divine. But the cool thing about olive oil, it's when you use olive oil, you want to make sure that it's for a salad dressing or something like that. When you're cooking, you traditionally want to go with a grapeseed oil or an avocado oil. Speaking of avocados, we're just going to pop that on top. We were able to massage it right out of that skin. I'll bring it over so you guys can see what it looks like. No audio. Okay. So here we go. Absolutely wonderful. So let me do this here. IG, can you hear me now? Hopefully you guys can hear me now. We just went ahead and took that out. But here again, we've got this gorgeous salad, right? Or as I call it, summertime fine salad. We're going to mix up all of those ingredients. And then we're going in for the taste. We've got the shallots, we've got the okra, we've got the corn. So I am going to figure out how to take that video that was created, since the audio is on Facebook, and we're going to upload it so you guys can see it on Instagram. Bon appetit. Fresh fruit is cooked just perfectly. The pineapple, the shallots. This is really good. Even the avocado brings a little creaminess to it. So I'm not going to keep eating this in your face, but it is so good. And my apologies to you all over here in Instagram land. I hope you can hear me now. Anything with shrimp is good to me. Dr. Leroy, yeah, me too. Me too. So I hope you guys can now hear my, okay, great. So now IG, you guys can hear me. I've got two mics, and trying to make sure that you guys can hear me from over there. So I had both of my microphones on, but when I did the test earlier, they both worked. But we all know computer technology, that didn't happen. So, but I am going to try to figure out how to download the video from Facebook and upload it over here to IG Land so you guys can hear everything that I did in preparing the summertime fine salad. Let's go over those ingredients again. It's heirloom tomato. It is, I use Mexican corn, okra, and again, in lieu of okra, if you don't like okra, you can use asparagus. What did we have in there? Cilantro, we had mint, we had dill. I added the avocado, I added shrimp to it. And the heirloom tomato, the creme de la creme of tomatoes. You're going to, out of all of your tomatoes, either that beefsteak tomato or the heirloom tomato is what you want to go with when you want something on the meatier side of your tomato. And the what's the word I'm looking for? Authenticity of the heirloom tomato versus having like a hybrid or whatever. That's what you want to go with if you want something that you're like, I just want a good, unless you're preparing, you already know, unless you're preparing stuff in your garden at home, go for it. But if you're purchasing out of the store or something like that, get you a nice heirloom tomato, and it's going to really, really provide the meatiness that you are looking for. So on that note, on this terrific, tantalizing Tuesday, I'm going to bid you adieu. And I feel like I'm like, boom, in your face. Plus, I kind of wanted to get back a little bit over here to my salad. If you haven't heard it from anyone else today, know that me, the one and only Chef Couture here. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I thank you for all of your love and support. And just as a reminder, May 11th, all about the mamas and mimosas. Where else can you go and get brunch, a band, and bottomless mimosas? They got the 3 B's right there, baby. Brunch, band, and bottomless. So if you know anyone, if you're not able to attend, or if you got your tickets already, kudos to you. If you don't live in the States and you're like, hey, I know that somebody would enjoy this, make sure they know about all about the mamas and mimosas, because they got bottomless, brunch, and beats. Band, brunch, buffet. Anyway, peace out. One love.